guys are ready to get things going.
Yeah, we've been really working hard, going over to the other indoor, and just using what we have to be able to, get ready for the season. And we've been playing a couple inter squads out there, trying to get the field cleared off enough for us to at least go out there and use the infield for like pitchers versus hitters, not necessarily getting the defense work, but getting some at bats before we head down to North Carolina for our games.
In the time you've been here, we've had some pretty mild winters actually. Has this been more of a challenge in that regard?
Yeah, I know. My freshman year, we played a lot of games before the season started in January and February. We played probably at least 15, and we got 10 or 15 in last year. So it's definitely been a little bit different this year, not being able to get outside and get those games in and all those at bats and innings. But we're just making the best of it and giving what we got.
What have you worked on personally to try to add to your game this season?
In the off season, in the fall, we really worked on changing my body just so I can last throughout the season longer. I dropped about 20 pounds, so that was a big thing for us. And then being able to work the whole field hitting-wise, going the other way, using the gaps, and then just really enhancing my pitches, making them better, sharper, got a better curveball. So I think overall that's really going to help.
Did you do anything in particular to help you to get some of that weight down?
We just met with the nutritionist and the nutritionist here at school, and really got my diet better, and we did a lot of extra cardio on my own with our strength coach. So I was doing that every day and just eating better, and that really helped.
What do you think it'll be like when you take the field in North Carolina here?
I think that we're going to be, like I said, really excited. I don't think that we'll be too excited, but we'll be focused, ready to go. Like you said, it's a big first game for us. It would be a great way to start the season off with a win. So the guys are all, pretty focused right now and determined, and we're ready to get going.
Maybe there isn't anything different, but what is something different maybe that coaches talk to you guys about heading into this season? Sort of maybe the emphasis, the theme of this season going into it.
Well, I mean, it's the same, as it was, in previous years. We gotta just take it one day at a time. Coach always talks to us about playing the game a pitch at a time, and that's kind of like how we look at things. We don't get ahead of ourselves. We handle what we have to handle today and take care of business, and then that'll help set up the next day and in the future. But the outlook on the season is just he wants to have fun. That's what we're all interested in, and just to be successful. I mean, that's at the end, that's what win, lose, whatever. That's what it's all about.
I was just going to ask, how successful do you think you guys will be?
I think that we have a great chance to be very successful. Every guy on the team, we have such a talented group of players. The new guys came in and just boosted our program to even another level. So I think that the limit is it's whatever we want it to be.
Coming in and last year not maybe expectations and whatnot. And so this year it was almost just like if we accomplish our team goals, we'll get to where we want to go. And I kind of took that on me was to bring the freshmen together and just kind of bring them with me. Because I remember, Luke Maley doing that with me, being my locker mate, Taylor Rogers doing it with the pitchers, and how successful we were. And Timmy Peterson freshman year. And I think that Chandler and AJ have done a great job, with the pitching staff, and it was almost on me and Michael Thomas to do it with the hitters. And so it's interesting when you invite those guys to go grab dinner after on a Friday practice, or you go to Commons with them all and they swipe you, and it's just amazing when you do those things. It almost is so much of a trust factor when they're not doing well at baseball, because you've been through that, the 2 previous years. I've been freshman a year and I've been batting, 0 for 5, 0 for 10. So I know the different spectrums of where it's at. I can relate with Connor Head, who is a very polished recruit coming out of high school, and he struggled a bit in the fall. And so it's awesome when you can relate to them in so many different areas, not just in baseball. It gains so much more trust when you're at the field.
Does it help that the expectations from the outside maybe aren't what they want on you guys?
I think a little bit, but you don't try to look into those too much, because as you can see last year we had great expectations, and we set for ourselves and it failed a little bit. I think that we just have to get back in the process, the approach of playing the game one pitch at a time, one weekend, one game. I think this year's club is a lot better at that. You'll see that our lineup's not gonna have as much bang as it did freshman year, but we're gonna play to our strengths a lot better. I think we're gonna be, obviously our coaching's the best in the nation. We believe that, and our players, we're a lot more mature this year, and you can see that top to bottom with the freshmen coming in. They hit the ground running with the work ethic and everything, and so leading into the year now, we'll be so much more experience just because we will know how to handle the adversity when last year it went wrong.
He definitely talked to us, and it was pretty apparent amongst all of us, so there was no really conversation that really needed to be had about whether or not it was there. But he's been able to get with the older guys, and some of the guys you can see are really taking on that leadership role and work with us on what we need to get done. And when he has a problem, he kind of talks to us, and then we try to communicate back and forth and see how we can get it fixed as quick as possible.
Thanks for your time.
No problem.
How are you feeling about the season?
I'm excited. I'm ready to get out there.
You feel like you guys have grown as a team over the offseason?
Definitely. I think we've come a long way from where we were at. I think we have a lot more to still gain, but I definitely think that looking forward, it's going to be a pretty exciting year.
It's been a pretty hard winter. Have you guys been outside? Got a lot of hitting outside, a lot of defense outside, or been a struggle this offseason?
It definitely has been a lot rougher than years past, but we've been able to take the time that we have and been able to get out a little bit and use that time we have outside as valuable as possible. So when we get out there, it's pretty serious. We try to use that time and get better at whatever we need to, and that way that we're out there and we have the environment and we see what it's going to be like to be on an actual field instead of in the field house on turf.
Has Hendo had a point of emphasis this offseason, trying to push you guys in a specific way?
Not really. I think he's kind of let the older guys lead and show what we need to have done. He's kind of stressed to us what he wants to have done, and we've kind of been able to take that role and kind of be his version of the coach on the field and in the locker room and everywhere where he's not. So he hasn't really tried to push too much onto us as far as specific as what he wants, but I think we have a mutual understanding of what things need to be like and how we want to get there.
So then, speaking of your leadership role and taking over that, what have you guys done as leaders to do that then?
I think in years past we haven't done a great job, or I guess you could say really last year is the most recent. We didn't do a very good job of bringing on the younger guys and showing them what needed to be done. And this year we've been able to take those freshmen and pull them in and make them part of the group and to be something bigger than what they are. I mean, coming from high school, you're a big fish in a small pond. You come to college and you kind of have to work your way back up the ladder. So I think it's been a good job for us this year that we've kind of pulled them along and make them feel part of the family that we've already created and really make them feel something special.
So then finally, the goal for this year is going to be for you guys?
I mean, make it to Omaha. So as everybody's goal is, we definitely want to push off of last year and really succeed this year and do as best as we can. So we're going to take it 1 week, 1 day at a time and really strive for greatness.